known Sarah since she was a teenager. And I've come to find out that she actually, you know how great she speaks, right? She doesn't say, like I do. She doesn't have to worry what the next sentence is because it just sort of comes out beautifully. She's been doing this since she's like 10 years old. She was born to represent us. And she has more courage in her little toe than Mike Johnson has in his entire life. It is with amazing pride that I first help her up here. To the other side. First of all, it says on the back, we are the people. And you know why? You know why? We the people includes people that don't think that we should have a voice. But we are the people, and we are not going to forget it. And we are going to continue to fight for equality and justice and integrity and democracy and due process and everything that we consider part of our values as Americans. And we get to elect the best congressional representative in these 50 United States. Hello, Delaware! I just came from the Dover No Kings rally. I joined with many of you on Route 1 this morning in Rehoboth. And I have to say, I have never, ever been prouder to represent the greatest state in the history of the Union in Congress. This site is incredible because while Mike Johnson and the Trump administration, while they want to call you all criminals, while they want to call us criminals, what I see on display today are peaceful patriots here to defend democracy for everyone. We are here in defense of freedom. The freedom to control our own destiny as a democracy. The freedom from a despot, whether a despot with a golden crown or a despot with a gilded Oval Office. We are here. That's right, that gild is tacky. It is tacky. I mean, come on. At least the king would have a little bit more class. We are here to defend the freedom from fear. Because right now, far too many of our neighbors are living in fear. Fear of masked men abducting them without due process. Fear that they will lose their capacity to make decisions about their own body or their own health care. They are fearful for their future. But we know that if we continue to show up, if we continue to march and protest, if we continue to vote and lift our voices, hope can be more powerful than fear. Donald Trump wants us to be afraid.
No.
He wants us to be fearful.
No.
We have seen over the last 10 months the politics of vengeance and intimidation. Well, Delaware, I will not be intimidated, and neither will you.
With your help, we will stand up against authoritarianism. We will stand up against those who wish to rule by chaos and cruelty, recklessness and illegality. Right now, we are standing firm against this administration's budget that doubles down on their recklessness and their cruel cuts to health care for the American people. I will never vote for a budget that leaves people sicker or more hungry at the end of the day. Let's be clear, this fight in this moment in Washington, D.C., to have a budget that reflects our values, a budget that protects the rule of law, that's not just about protecting people's lives in the short term. It's not just about protecting care for those who need it. This fight in this moment that is happening in Washington, D.C. is directly connected to this authoritarian project that Donald Trump and his sycophants are seeking to build. Because in the last election, Donald Trump created an unholy alliance with billionaire donors. He said, "You fund my campaign and facilitate my consolidation of power, and I will pay you off. I will pay you off with massive tax breaks that leave the rich richer and leaves everyone else behind." This past July, Republicans in Congress passed and the president signed the most heartless bill to pass Congress in generations. The largest cut to health care in American history. But it was all part of that unholy alliance to pay back his donors with those tax breaks. And to just partially pay for it, they raided the health care of the American people. So in this moment, if we protect people's health care, not only do we save lives, but we take the piggy bank away from Donald Trump, who is raiding it to fund his authoritarian project. They want people hungry. They want people scared. The first speech that I gave on the floor of the House of Representatives, I quoted from Franklin Roosevelt's 1944 State of the Union. He delivered this speech in the well of the House as a war raged on two continents, as our greatest generation defended freedom against tyranny. And in that speech, Franklin Roosevelt talks about how necessitous people are the things that dictatorships are made of. That people who are hungry and out of a job are not free people. We stand here not only in defense of freedom as an abstract concept, we stand here in defense of everyone having the capacity to live and thrive in this society. To make it clear that no matter who you are, and yes, no matter who you voted for in the last election, you belong in America. We are here to fight for you. Across all of our difference, across our disagreement. Unlike Donald Trump, I respect everyone that I represent and everyone that I serve. That is what democracy is.
We love you, Sarah!
Now let me just close on this. Because I know in this moment it is hard to find hope. It's easy to become cynical. It's easy to become hopeless. It's easy to fear that if we vote and volunteer and protest and march, that things won't work out. It feels different than 20 years ago or 30 years ago, when it felt like if we simply worked for it, that change was inevitable. But right now we can't quite see the light at the end of the tunnel. But one of the things that I take comfort in this moment is the reminder that that sense of inevitability that we felt maybe 20 years ago, that is the exception in our country's history. I think about it every time I'm on the floor of the House of Representatives. I think about the history that has happened in that space. The chamber where Congress moved just before the Civil War. where the 13th Amendment and the 14th Amendment were passed, where women got the right to vote, where Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid were created, where the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act were passed. And when you step out of the present that views that progress that we are the beneficiaries of with the inevitability of history, and you step into the shoes of previous generations of Americans who fought for that progress, for whom it seemed so impossible that it was almost incomprehensible. And you have every reason in that moment to find hope. Because you cannot tell me that the reasons for hopelessness now are greater than the reasons for hopelessness for an enslaved person in the 1850s who had no reason to believe that an Emancipation Proclamation was on the horizon. You cannot tell me that the reasons for hopelessness now are greater than the reasons for hopelessness for an unemployed worker during the early days of the Great Depression who had never heard of a New Deal. You cannot tell me that the reasons for hopelessness now are greater than the reasons for hopelessness for a closeted LGBTQ person in the 1950s who never knew of an America where they could live openly and authentically as themselves without violating the law. They had every reason to give up, to lose hope. They couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But they persevered. They summoned their hope. They found the light and they changed the world. And Sussex County, my promise to you is that so long as there is air in my lungs and there are breaths in my body, I will stand with you to fight for freedom, to fight for democracy, to fight for Delaware, to fight for our country. Thank you all very much.